So, while we're watching a replay here of my latest run, I wanted to talk a little bit about Forza and my thoughts on it. Because I've been so surprised at this game. It's, I don't know, it just has the perfect balance of arcade but still being weighty with the cars that I think it really reaches a wide audience. Uh, Coming from my experience, I played Forza the Horizon 5 game and it was pretty good. I liked it for a while, but it definitely didn't hold my attention. It was kind of cool to see the cars and the environments, but I don't know why, or I guess I didn't know why at the time. I didn't really hook into the game as much. It was fun, but like whatever. This game, though, basically as soon as I started playing it, felt so much different. And I've been trying to figure out why, and I think I kind of have it at this point. Number one, maps. Obviously, the overarching theme of it being Japan is going to be hard to beat. Okay, that just is what it is. I mean, Japan is a really cool place, and it's kind of perfect for the car culture, for the different varied maps, yada yada. I mean, that's an obvious. But I think more so what I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been playing, and if you've watched my stream, shout out to the stream, you'd know how many times I was just like, wow, this map is really good. like like how many times the maps were just really well made. And even if it was a similar area or like a place I kind of recognized, the map was unique enough that I was like, I didn't know what to expect, but it was nice and well made. Part of that as well is the maps actually had a good amount of just fun to them. Like it wasn't just sweaty. There was some jumps, some crazy turns and things like that kind of felt like somebody who really liked Forza Horizon and played it and wanted it to be fun got to design the maps or the tracks, whatever you want to call them. And I think that's a really big bonus, right? I think that's I know it sounds simple, but that is incredibly hard to do. And I mean, I think it's a testament to how popular the map has been, or the game as well has been, that, the tracks are just really good and really varied. The other part of it too, similar to the tracks, I think is the vehicles. Maybe I don't know the other Forzas that well, so this is par for the course, but feels like the vehicles are unique and interesting enough to kind of keep you wanting to get more, right? Like I kept unlocking vehicles and I'm like, and I'm interested in them at least, right? Like it's not, you get the best one and you're good. It was like, oh wait, that's kind of cool. And I would just get a car that either I kind of vaguely knew of or definitely knew of and wanted, and I got it and started using it. And I think that was really good. And there were some cars even that like weren't that good but still fun to use. And we'll get to it later, but I mean that's like part of the tuning that's really fun. But I think what you've seen as part of the cars is the memes. I think probably the best thing I've seen about this game has been the freaking memes. And at first, the first thing that I saw about this game that like made me want to get into it was Bowie knife, right? The Bowie knife jokes and the Bowie knife, like the seeing the memes of like, oh, he's behind me, isn't he? And stuff with the gifs and things like that was awesome. And I was like, okay, it has a really good meme culture, which is actually a really big deal. But then second has been recently that I've been getting into them, the big old American trucks and using the Luke Bryan song with the bass boosted shit. I think it's so funny. And just having those varied cars like the I don't know, those really tiny cars, which is just funny, but seeing them drive around and then seeing people get to have unique enough cars that own a Pixel who I've been watching a few times play this game, you have a community and you could like actually show off individuality, right? The peel, I remember what it's called. But you could just take the peel and just rip around with it and it's fun, right? It's not corny and it's not too arcadey, but it's still fun. And that I think has been really, really good. Part of the customization then leads me into the next thing. which I think has been a thing for every Forza. So, you know, I think is really awesome is the tuning and the designs. I'm a big open source guy just in general. So like, you know, GitHub is great, but it's amazing for somebody like me who like, I want to tune my car or I want my car to look nice, but I'm never going to go into the tuning menu or into the design menu and go in and actually do that. So having the finding designs, finding tunes, and them actually being good, or like the community actually being funny, and having the Ford trucks have the American flag, or Homelander, or like, you know, the if it was the connection with the cars and like the community was like if it was a thing that looked like cars. Lightning McQueen, for instance, is a really common livery to see, and there's some cars that like you put on, I don't know, like a delivery truck on the more truck side of things. And just having those things, being able to look at them has just been hilarious. And as much as like hate on the anime stuff, it's Japan, and I know, you know, there's a lot of anime overlap. So seeing all the different anime liveries has been really cool. So I think that's been super nice. And then it feels like it just has the overall vibe. I don't know. I guess it meets the vibe. Let's put it that way. Right? Like, I just think that it feels like they hit the real sweet spot of it's fun to play, but not too arcadey. It's challenging, but then you could turn on, because of course I'm going to the quality of life features of like ABS, traction control, the automatic shifting, stuff like this, that like if you turn it off, you can be super sweaty and probably have fun doing that. But you just turn it on and I'm on my controller just kind of whipping around and having a good time. And I think that's been really impressive. And then, I mean, as you can see here, like the tracks have been just like, to go back to them, challenging might be the word, or just like, I don't know, like it's been going the whole time I'm yapping, right? So this track is the Titan or one of those final ending tracks, but it's just goes to show that like they really thought them out and planned it really well, that it didn't feel like I played these tracks before. Like, I'm pretty sure that this uses some areas that were tracks for rallying, but I couldn't tell. I didn't notice it. And I mean, I think that's a huge plus to them. But yeah, as somebody who is never a racing fan, or, you know, I don't really get into it, I gotta recommend this game. I've been trying to think what I would like put it at. $70 is hard. I don't think that this game has a lot of like replayability, at least for me. And I think for a lot of just like kind of the casual audience, you're probably going to play through it like I did. You're going to play all the ending races and then be done. That's kind of hard to justify for $70, but I think 100%, if you have Game Pass or whatever it is, or it goes on sale, like I'd say if this goes like half off, or even like like $40, something like that, you should absolutely try this game. It's so good. And I highly recommend it. But there's another part of that. If you are actually a racing games fan, or you like them, and maybe you somewhat have the inkling that I do, and you kind of want to get into them, you might want to spend $70. Like, this is really good. And part of the thing that I didn't touch on is the competitive scene actually seems pretty legit. Like, it seems pretty alive with all the different people racing, and having the competitive races and having the basically matchmaking. I'm not sure, but because the tracks are so good and the cars are super interesting, you have a legit matchmaking mode that I think you could really get replay out of. And there's enough going on around the map that you could go for 100%. You could do the drifting maps. You could do the challenges around the area. I think you could definitely find a lot of stuff. So if you think you might be like a racing person, but you don't want to get into iRacing or Forza Motorsport, I say you should probably spend $70 on this. I think you should. You should try it out, because there's a really good balance going on, and it's really fun, and I think you'll get to it. Because that's how I was. I've always thought about iRacing and like getting a wheel, Like I want to get a wheel on the pedals and, you know, get into iRacing and really go hard because I think sim sounds so cool, right? Like it sounds amazing because I'm not going to go outside and go on a racetrack, but I do like driving. But every time I think about iRacing and I see what goes on, I'm like, I don't want to learn how to paddle shift and the traction control and learning the spin outs and doing all that. So, you know, it sounds great, but I never do it. I think this might be it. This might get you exactly what you need. And so I'm going to say you should try it out. You should go for it. You should cop this. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to throw this together quickly and see how it is. I mean, if you guys like doing reviews, maybe I'll kind of produce full blown reviews and full blown yap sessions. I love talking about games. So I love talking about games or really any topic that comes up. And so this is what I've been playing for the last week, and I've been streaming it. So, you know, if you want to come hang on stream, I'll, you know, have the links down below for it and all that. But I've just been having so much fun that I wanted to try something new and get a review out there and see what you guys thought. So in the comments, let me know if you guys are feeling the same way that I am. Let me know if you didn't like it. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see like what the criticisms are. I think might be nice, but yeah, guys, I mean, this will probably do it for me. And there we go. Perfect time. Race ends. I will see you next time.